So we'll do some more tunes in just a moment. It's 16 minutes to 7 o'clock now, it being Friday. Of course, we have a Friday fixture, and Mike is here to explain which bizarre and intriguing sport we're going to be looking at.
This one's certainly intriguing. The name capoeira will probably mean nothing to most people, but you might have seen it in action without actually knowing what it was. I mean, remember those little clips on BBC One and BBC Two before the start of a programme a few years ago, where those two guys, looking like they're doing fresh air martial arts.
I remember that.
Well, it's actually a mix of Brazilian music, dance, and martial arts. David Wood has emailed us to extol the virtues of it. Good evening, David.
Good evening, thanks for having me.
How would you describe capoeira? I assume I've pronounced it the right way.
Yeah, capoeira. I'd describe it, as you did, as a mix of music, dance and martial arts. And for the dance, think of breakdancing, and for the martial arts, things like kung fu or karate, and mix it all together with Brazilian music, and that's what you've got.
Is it all non-contact, or is there contact in this?
It's essentially non-contact. So you can try and be a bit cheeky and sort of trip each other up and take each other down, but it's not like, say, MMA wrestling, where it's really sort of violent. You're trying to smack people to the floor. It's a lot more light-hearted, and when you're throwing up a kick or a punch, it's more to show that you could have kicked them or that you could have punched them, not to actually make contact. And the other player, when they see a kick coming their way, it's their job to sort of duck and get out of the way, but it's generally non-contact.
Now, how do you actually win? Is there a winner, so to speak?
Everyone's a winner, really, if you play well. My Professor Primo, my instructor, he'll say that basically you lose if you lose it in the game. So if somebody does accidentally kick you or they do trip you up, it's your job to then get up, smile and carry on, and then try and get them when you've got the opportunity. So really, I think everyone wins if they play well, and as long as you keep your calm, then you're not going to lose.
What do you get out of it? What do you get out of the sport? Is it purely fitness? Is it relaxation?
There's so much. It's brilliant. I mean, it's a really social sport as well. I think I'll be off to Swansea this weekend to go to another capoeira festival, and we'll be having another festival in June where lots of other people will be able to come down to Cheltenham and play with us. And you get to learn music, you get to learn the martial arts, the dance, the fitness, the acrobatics, and there's so much to it. It really depends how you want to train and what you want to pick up. So it's fitness, flexibility, coordination, stamina. There's a lot in it.
You mentioned Swansea, you mentioned Cheltenham. How many people around the UK actually practice capoeira?
To be honest, I'm not sure. There's plenty of groups about. I mean, personally, I've been to London and York and Swansea and Basingstoke and Reading to play. So there's plenty of groups around, and I've been training with Oficina da Capoeira in Cheltenham for about 3 years now. It's brilliant. I love it. Never look back.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Is it considered a sport?
It's not officially recognised as a sport in this country, but the British Council of Capoeira is trying to change that. And I'd argue that it is. I mean, capoeira is unique, and so pigeonholing things can be a bit difficult to do, because I mean, obviously you could argue that it's an art because it's got the dance and the music in, but it's certainly a sport as well, because to get good at capoeira you have to have the fitness and the flexibility and the coordination. And it doesn't matter if you don't have those when you start, because everyone starts at the beginning. You don't have all those, but when you train, those things build over the years. I still need a lot more flexibility to pull off thumb moves. I'm getting better at walking on my hands, for example.
Pull off a what?
Walking on my hands.
Oh, is that all right?
Balance. So I've got more of the balancing things going on, but personally I'm trying to get a lot more flexible now so I can pull off some of the fancier moves.
Now, you're all given nicknames, aren't you, in this? What is your nickname?
My nickname is Kung Fu, and the nickname stemmed from when capoeira was illegal in Brazil. And so everybody would get a nickname, and this made it harder for informants. And I got my nickname in my very first class because I previously trained in Kung Fu for 7 years, and Primo instantly knew that, without me even telling him, that I'd previously trained Kung Fu, because of how I moved. And so that was my nickname, and that's what I got now. I love it.
So you'll be in Swansea this weekend. For anyone who's in Swansea who wants to get a taste for it, whereabouts do they need to be?
It's at the University of Swansea, and around about, I haven't got the address in my head. I must admit, my friend's going to be driving me down. But if this weekend is a bit too soon, then our International Festival Capoeira in Cheltenham is from the 10th to the 12th of June. And if you visit odacapoeira.com, all one word, then we've got all the details up there.
Well, enjoy the weekend. Thank you for joining us this evening, David.
Thank you very much.
Capoeira.
Yes, absolutely. And we've got the website, so if we want any more information, we know where to go. Thanks, Tim. Mike, thank you very much indeed. I know I said this yesterday. Thanks very much indeed for being on this week.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's been good having you on. Thank you very much indeed for keeping us abreast of the sport. We have Matt coming back on next week, Matt, back on Monday.